And welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Knowledge. It's sneakily been a pretty busy week with a lot of stuff going on in this hobby. So, if you guys don't know, I guess the first topic we'll kind of touch on. There's a few things I want to talk about first. GameStop's now accepting raw cards for PSA grading. 151 prices are going crazy. The Rain City Pikachu promo, which I have some pretty hot takes on, and then we'll probably end up just maybe doing a Twilight Masquerade little heat check on Old Hills Wholesale Gaming. A little, as is tradition on this channel, do a little heat check. But first thing, a lot of people are talking about GameStop now accepting raw cards. They'll send them away for grading for you. They're acting as a middleman for it. What do I think? I don't, it doesn't bother me. Listen, I'm a believer in you should be grading your own cards. The person sending their cards right now to or bringing their cards to PSA that have PSA grade their cards, they're not the average, like, deep down the rabbit hole person. I would say that they are definitely next level. I mean, they're not just surface based, they're not just ripping packs. They at least understand what grading is, they understand what PSA is, and they'll at least have the wherewithal to know that GameStop acts as a middleman. But it's still $15.99 a card for most people out here, and I use the word most people maybe a little too broadly, but most people have PSA memberships because, yes, the PSA membership is $150 a year. Shout out, you get $60 Fanatic credit, or $199 a year, you get $105 Fanatics credit. Shout out. But no, seriously, that $150 a year people are paying for the promo is usually justified, meaning they're usually sending over 150 cards to grading per year. So just in saving a dollar or two per card through grading specials, that membership pays for itself. Or in the sense with recently what we've seen happen with the PSA magazine, I recently just graded and sold my PSA magazine promo. I got lucky, it hit a 10. I sold it through the PSA eBay account, and it paid for my entire membership through just that one promo. So for me, because of the volume of cards I'm grading, it's definitely worth it. Probably for most of you out there, it's definitely worth it. But the person grading through GameStop paying that little higher extra premium, so we have PSA memberships because we want to pay a dollar or two less. The people going to GameStop are paying a dollar or two more. There's no deal there. Like when the Ludkins gradins and the graded gems, when they were super successful, and when the crazy booms was going on and everybody was dumping cards to them in total mass, the differences with those grading services is they were offering grading at a lower price than the average person could get. So that's why it was enticing, because they had dealership rates. So it was really enticing because people were like, okay, I could have no headache and pay less money. Well, it's a no-brainer. Plus, with like the graded gem service, well, that was even an added layer because you could send cards in a top loader. Shout out to the person that sent their cards in a cereal box, and graded gem would put those cards into Card Saver ones for the submitter. That service, just sending more or less penny sleeve top loaded cards, not having to worry about, you know, doing Card Saver ones, because Card Saver ones right now, I mean, you could go on oh, what the hell's the name? Uh Cardboard Gold. Here's a pack of 50. We've been getting 2,000. I've been going through these things like they're, I don't know, going through them like water. I think we went so in gone through over 2,000 of these in 14 days. Card Saver ones, it says Cardboard Gold on it. And during the pandemic, that actually was a true statement. It was gold, because these things, the price of a Card Saver one exploded overnight, and these things were no longer available. And the Graded Gem offering that service was a huge bonus. We're far past the days where Card Saver ones, you can't just go on cardboardgold.com and buy 2,000 of them. Another thing people don't understand, and I say it all the time, just because I'm on my little PK mini tangent, penny sleeves. I forget, this is going back a long time ago, but somebody asked me in the chat, they were like, PK, how do you feel about the fact that penny sleeves are no longer a penny? They are 100% less than a penny. People are asking, how do I feel that they're more? if you go on cardboardgold.com and you break it down, it's like either zero point 0.6 cents per penny sleeve or zero point 0.8. So it's a fraction of a penny for one of these. This is like zero point 0.6 to zero point 0.8 cents. We're not even talking 1 penny for this. So go buy your stuff in bulk. Even if you don't grade 2,000 cards a year, it's nice to have 2,000 card saver ones or 10,000 penny sleeves just to have them. And then you don't have to go and worry about sourcing them. Because, God, if you wanted to go to what, like a big box retail, like a Walmart or a Target and pick up like, I think Ultra Pro is who stocks Target and Walmart. If you want to pay the Ultra Pro premium, yeah, then you're paying way, way, way over a penny. And when you start to look in like how much money you're actually paying extra instead of just a one-time purchase from Cardboard Gold. No, I'm not sponsored by Cardboard Gold, but buy in bulk. They only sell in bulk. Get your prices down as low as possible. Anyways, that's the shit I care about. Probably the shit you guys care about. The people grading cards at GameStop, they're not thinking about that stuff. So they'll pay the premium. Are those people going to have a huge impact on the market? No, they're not. Most of the people grading through GameStop probably are just going to keep the cards themselves. Or they're never really graded cards before, so they're not good at pre-grading, and they're probably just going to get wrecked. That will be like what happens. Are they offering a good service to the average person? Yeah, sure, the average person. But for what I'm worried about on the highest end in the volume plays and all that, nah. It doesn't affect me at all. I don't think it affects the hobby at all. I don't think it affects the market at all. But I think it's a cool service. This is not a new model. There's a lot of game stores for a long time were acting as PSA middleman, like local LGSs who would, charge an extra dollar or two, and it would be just a little extra income stream for them to send cards away for you for grading. Nothing changes. I think the only difference is that maybe GameStop is now really putting the squeeze a little bit more on those local LGSs. And if you look at what what GameStop is doing to fight against that LGS model, because the original GameStop model is video games, sell like the actual physical game. Well, everything's online now. So GameStop has moved into where they see probably a path to make money, and probably when they were looking at what do we sell the most of at GameStop, and it wasn't video games, it was probably Pokemon TCG product, and it just made sense for them to pivot. And they started out, you know, doing the graded card consignment. Then they started doing like $1 binders they have there. Then now they're doing this PSA middleman thing, and now you'll probably start to see GameStop start rolling out higher end singles, very close to like an LGS. It'll probably be a big glass case and stuff, and eventually you'll probably see GameStop pivot a lot harder into becoming a trading card store. And I think it's good for them. Now, for the local LGS, maybe not, but you're when you start to go to a store like that to pick up your product, you are going to want to go somewhere where you feel that the person sitting behind the counter has a little bit of expertise. So the LGS model will always win in that sense, that the person behind the counter will always have more knowledge in this hobby than just some random GameStop employee who's just collecting a paycheck. So I don't think it's a huge deal. Uh, Next up, 151 prices. If you guys have not been watching 151 prices, I made a video not too long ago talking about the restocks. It was like the entire video I talked about the Rattle Discord and how Rattle has the bots that ping Pokemon Center, Walmart, Target, and I was saying, and I think a lot of you guys joined the Rattle Discord because of that. A lot of people have been super successful. Shout out to Rattle Pokemon. The link for his Discord is in the description. Rattle put out a video kind of walking people through. So the video I made said, hey, this bot exists. Rattle's video today that he put out, if you hadn't had a chance to watch it, go watch it. He shows people, hey, I want Discord notifications, but I only want the Discord notifications for Pokemon Center. I only want the Discord notifications for Walmart. I don't care about all the other, if you have all notifications on for Discord, forget about it. You might be getting 10,000 notifications a day for something like a Discord, but Rattle showed people, nope, this is how you can just have the bot ping you for Pokemon Center. This is how you can just have the bot ping you for Walmart and Target. And like the ones you're probably going to be looking after most, definitely turn on Pokemon Center. If you don't have any of the Rattle Discord like ping notifications on, at least turn on Pokemon Center, because that will be the best one. But Yeah, that would definitely be the best one to turn on. But Rattle's video today broke down exactly how to do that. Again, super helpful. But during that video, I said, we are in the middle of English 151 reprints. Like I said, items will be most available right now for it. Walmart.com was one of the great websites that they had, especially for booster bundles. They had, you could order a purchase limit of 12, and a ton of people, including myself, got lucky by ordering 12 booster bundles from Walmart.com. They would send you one sealed case and the two booster bundles. And the sealed case of Pokemon 151 booster bundles, like the sealed, yeah, the sealed case, it's 10 booster bundles per, does have a premium to it. So I've just put my personal two in the background. It's right behind the dollar bills. So like it was something that I picked up just through the Rattle Discord, go and like the Walmart pings. So the 151 restocks are drying up. They're drying up fast. We've already seen like the supply dry up on booster bundles, and now it's starting to move into more like the poster collections with the Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, like that, the 3 promo one, and then I'm seeing a lot of like the Zapdos V boxes. The 151 booster bundles are still popping up on occasion, but they're not popping up like they were. You're really starting to see like the supply chain, like, okay, the initial reprint of 151 was all booster bundles. Now we're seeing poster collections and Zapdos boxes. Maybe we'll see ETBs after this, but we're winding down on this. It's not too late though. Don't feel that you've missed your boat on getting 151 English product at MSRP. But I'm telling you, if you haven't picked it up now, you are missing your opportunity. And 151 is so red hot. The fact that I've been opening on the Fanatics Live, if you guys haven't had a chance to watch that, I recommend you tuning in. There's a link. If you want to sign up through our referral code, you get $25. If you have a PSA membership, you get 60 or 125, blah, blah. I did that all the time. I don't need to shield that anymore. But I've been opening up so much stuff. And the thing that people want to open up, the number one most requested thing is English 151. I've opened up 182 packs of English 151 in the last 2 days. And then I've obviously opened up some packs of other stuff, but English 151 is the majority and the bulk of what people want to buy. And I will tell you right now, it is a super fun set to open because you get nothing but hits. Last night, I pulled the English 151 God Pack. The first time I've ever pulled an English 151 God Pack, and it was the Charizard God Pack. I've now, in just streaming for 14 days, I pulled 6 Charizard EXs. 6 of them. I pulled 2 Blastoise EXs. I pulled 1 Venusaur EXs, and I've now pulled multiple of the Mew Gold Stars. The reason 151 is going to be such a huge winner in the future is because of just what I just said. You have a Charizard chase, a Blastoise chase, a Venusaur chase, a Mew chase. You got AR cards out the yin yang. You got all the starters. It's the original Gen 1 or original Gen 1 151 Pokemon. It is the most stacked set. It has amazing, arguably the best set identity of any set we've seen since honestly I can remember. Hidden Fates being a shiny set had a ton of set identity, but screw Hidden Fates. 151 has the identity. You instantly know what it is. It's in the name. It's 151. It's that original 151 Kanto Pokemon. Set identity's there. The chase factor is there. Long term. So listen, I still like Twilight Masquerade. We will do a Twilight Masquerade heat check. But I love English 151. I don't love it for the short term or the near term. I love it for all terms, long term as well. Short term, near term, long term. I love it for every single one of them. I'm telling you, you're missing the boat for English 151. If you're not, just pick up some. If you are waiting on whatever restock or whatever, we're already seeing prices increase. We're seeing the price of the Charizard EX go crazy. We're seeing that price of that card go crazy when I just told you that card is being opened in mass right now because the reprint is here. The reprint, we are in the reprint, the restock window. We're in it. And we're watching that Charizard EX go from a $300-$400 card to a $700 card in a 10. We are living in the moment, the best buying opportunity to pick up sealed 151. If you are not doing it, forget about it. If anybody ever fucking makes a video in the future where like, nope, in 5 years from now when English 151 is doing great and somebody makes a video like, oh god, nobody saw this one coming. Oh, can't believe how well 151 is doing it. I'm just going to write a comment that just says, please stop. Just please stop. Please delete your YouTube channel because that is not true. But I have a feeling like in the future people will be like, oh my god, who would have thought 151 was going to do so good? We are in the moment of the reprint and I'm telling you to go out and buy it. Just go out and buy it. Go on the Rattle Discord, put your notifications on. If you have extra money, go out and buy it. This is going to be a big FOMO stream because I'm seeing it. My eyes are opening. My perceptions are changing. I'm adapting. It's great. I'm seeing it. I'm experiencing. I'm seeing the demand. I'm just letting you know 151 is going to be huge. Next up. Speaking of, why don't we just do all the FOMO? Why not? Next up. FOMO is real. 100% transparency. I picked up one of these cards, okay? Paid way too much money for it. But I don't think I paid too much for it. So, if you guys do not know this card right here, this is the Rain City Pikachu. This was released, so here's the Poke Beach article for you. So this is the Rain City Pikachu. We've seen this Pikachu now in a million different promos. They just keep reusing this card, but replacing this stamp right here. So this is the Rain City Pikachu. It's Pikachu with a Pokeball basketball. Again, artwork doesn't matter. But this article was put out on October 12th. Time recording this video is October 17th. Last night, the Pokemon Company sponsored a basketball game between the LA Clippers and the Portland Trail Blazers. It was held at Seattle's Climate Pledge Arena as part of its third annual Rain City Showcase, which pits the two teams against each other ahead of the NBA season. Every attendant received a Pikachu promo inside of a Tierra Charizard sleeve. This Tierra Charizard sleeve, this sleeve doesn't matter. This is just the Charizard that came from the Charizard EX box. They must have had a bunch of extra promos. Exclusive merchandise was sold at the event with hats. I don't care about the merchandise. I care about the card. I don't. This is what I care about. I care about this with the stupid stamp. Listen, the Rain City Showcase is a yearly NBA event. Thus, the only opportunity to get this promo was last night. And then this is what I care about. I'm going to highlight it for you. Because I did not know this card existed until obviously it was handed out at the event. Strangely, the Pokemon Company International did not advertise the event on their socials ahead of time. No press releases were sent out either. They only advertised it locally in Seattle. This is the first time the Pokemon Company International has sponsored sporting events in the United States. And then they talk about the UK branch doing all the futsal Pikachus. Yes, these are like actual artwork here. This is just reused artwork with a stamp. I'm just going to let everyone know. The stupid Bulbasaur reverse holo from Pokemon 151 that they put a Pokemon Center stamp on went crazy. You know why? Because it was a limit release, but you could still get it on Pokemon Center. I could get it. You can get it. Anyone could get it as long as you pre-order it on Pokemon Center. This card right here, you had to go to a basketball game for an NBA preseason game between the Clippers and the Trailblazers and didn't know that this card even was a thing. You just walked in and no one knew. It was not advertised. I don't know how many of these things exist, but I'm leaning towards not a lot. Prices were really cheap when I picked up mine in relative. It's still expensive. It's still sub $100, but still expensive. And then I'm watching prices just from when I was hoping I was going to have mine in the mail today. Unfortunately, I was nervous that the guy wasn't even going to ship it because prices went up. Literally, like, I bought my copy and then the next copy sold for more. And then the next copy sold for more. And the next copy sold for more. I don't know if this thing ever gets released again. I did not take that chance, okay? Yeah, shill out little less than $100 on a card with a stamp like, but I knew right away. I was just like, okay, people love stamps. I picked up this card. I think that this will be one of those things where it worked out so well that no one knew this thing was given out. This is not Van Gogh, Pikachu, Scalp Heaven. Can you imagine if this was advertised? Every single person that lived in the Seattle area would have been at that Clippers Trailblazer game. Everyone, because they would have went to get this Pikachu with a stamp pro. No one knew that this existed. Now, the event organizers, the people that were there, whoever was giving out these cards, if there was not a representative from the Pokemon company there, then there's probably some minimum wage ticket person who was handing out these cards who walked home with an entire sealed case of them. If that happens, that dude walked away with tens of thousands of dollars, depending on how many of these things were. And if that kid who probably knows nothing about Pokemon was really smart, they could trickle those cards out onto the market for the next decade and a half and make hundreds of thousands of dollars if he has enough of them, knowing how to truly play this market and really pumping out the artificial, like scarcity and demand to those. Now, if it's some random kid that just had a box and he brought them home, or it's sitting in the back room of, you know, at the at the Seattle's Climate Pledge Arena, and somebody just sells them all at once and then they all hit the market, and then somebody has a huge listing of a ton of buy it nows, and yeah, prices will drive down on these things. I don't know what's going to happen with these. This thing is super weird. Super exclusive. Super weird stamp. Buy one. Buy one. Don't spend a lot. They're still up for auction. I'm watched a lot of auction. You can look at all the recent sold prices. There's a lot of recent solds in the last week between $1 and $200. That's a lot of money. I get it for a stupid reprinted Pikachu with a random stamp on it. $1 to $200. But I didn't buy a lot of these either. I just picked up my one. I was just like, this thing makes my head scratch. I honestly probably should have picked up more, but I didn't want to keep watching all the auctions. Just pick up one. If it doesn't work out for you, so be it. You spent $100 to $200. You could have bought it for less when they were released. I'm lucky that I knew that this thing even existed, thanks to Poke Beach. But other than that, I would have no freaking clue. So that's that. That's my hot take. My hot take is telling you the FOMO into a stupid promo. That's probably the worst thing you can do, is tell people the FOMO in. But just letting you know, it's an exclusive promo with an exclusive stamp, English release sporting event, and no one knew about it. I could see this promo being a $500 promo in not too long of a time. And who knows what... I mean, this promo can only go so far because the artwork is just so meh. It's very reused. I mean, now, if this was like a futsal league promo, and it was like the exclusive Pikachu on the ball type promo kind of thing, then yeah, it would have been huge. But because it says Rain City, and the Rain City showcase is just between the two teams, and it's only the third time it's ever happened, like, I don't see the Rain City stamp being released like we did see the Pikachu on the ball. But I'm just warning you. I don't know. Maybe we do see it released. Maybe this becomes a GameStop promo in the future. I don't know. And then, yeah, you're going to lose like $200. And it's going to suck. But that's my word of advice. If you don't even, just keep it on your radar. If you didn't buy it already. Probably most of you guys already bought this. I'm sure this card did not slip below people's radar. I'm just telling you. Sometimes I have a feeling. I made a video. I don't know if you guys remember when the Pikachu Squirtle Reverse Hollow promo came out. I made a video that said, this is something I want to watch. And at the time, the Squirtle Reverse Hollow 151 promo from Pokemon Center had not been released. We were waiting on those 151 pre-orders to like actually come from Pokemon Center. And I made a video and I said, I just want to watch this promo. This promo, I think, is going to be very, very interesting with just the type of release it had. And that aged like fine wine. Yes, some of my takes age like milk. But some of them age like fine wine. And that my take on the Squirtle Reverse Hollow Stamp worked out great. And then that promo was even re-released because it had the pre-release, and then Pokemon allowed you to get that promo again with 151 UPCs later on, and prices for that is still strong. Nothing is this limited though. This freaking Pikachu stamp promo is so baffling with how it was released. Now, there's a lot of people were there who were probably not Pokemon fans. This was not a scout thing. This was not, Retro, shout out Retrospecs, lives in that area. If Retrospecs knew this promo was there, Retro would have been standing outside the Seattle Climate Pledge Arena with a handful of cash and would have been like, hey, random person, would you like to sell your promo? Would you like to sell your promo? Would you like to sell your promo? And I could see Retro dropping 10 G's outside in the parking lot, picking up every single one of these promos, and then watching Retro taking that $10,000 and turn it into $500,000 by playing this market and trickling those out correctly. If he could just really, really corner it. That didn't happen, I don't think. I just don't think people knew. So, anyways, that's that. So next, as is tradition, we'll do one more thing. Let's just do the old-fashioned, do the old Hills Wholesale Gaming, do the old heat check. The old heat check for Hills Wholesale Gaming. Alright, so where we got here? We got Twilight Masquerade booster cases on Hills Wholesale Gaming, $900. That's it. That's it. Just a heat check. $900. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying, As is tradition, we do the heat check on Twilight Masquerade. Just saying, 900, When we started the heat check, it was $5.95. Just saying. Anybody? Anybody? Hello? Knock, knock. Is this thing on? Hello? Testing. Testing. 1, 2. Just saying. Heat checking. Twilight Masquerade. Twilight Masquerade sucks open. I've been opening a lot of Twilight Masquerade. It sucks. It's brutal. That Greninja. So I can pull Charizard EXs from 151. That Greninja. It eludes me. That Eevee eludes me. It's a rough pull rates. Just saying. Anyways. Norner said, yo, PK, what up? He said, Charizard 151. Yeah, going crazy. Popcorn time. Yeah. 151. You hit the nail right on the head with that one. 151 is hot. We got number 1 mod in the game, Drew. We got old Pokey Kid. Pokey Kid, good to see you. Mick Nick, good to see you. Pokey Bondo. He said, you got the PK notification. Sometimes the PK notification's been off for people. Fat Belly Collect says he's wishing he could have met Basic Trainer in Chicago. Yeah. So, funny story if you guys did not know. So Basic Trainer is originally from the Chicago area. He doesn't live there anymore, but he was originally kind of born and raised in that area, and his brother lives there. His brother, I mean, obviously they're related. They have the same DNA, but there is no question of who his brother is. I don't know how you can say this and have the sentence make sense, but I'm going to say it anyways. Basic Trainer's brother looks more like Basic Trainer than Basic Trainer does. Yes, you heard that. I know that is an impossible statement, but his brother is more Basic Trainer than Basic Trainer. Like when I saw photos of, so Basic sent his brother to collect a con, and his brother took photos with Mason and all the homies. And every single photo, it looks like Basic Trainer is just taking a photo with Mason. His brother was straight up his clone. They were the most doppelganger type brothers I have ever seen. Obviously, they're related, but it was wild. So, yeah, Basic's brother was there. Hopefully, Basic Trainer is getting his brother into the Pokemon hobby, but yeah, it was pretty funny. But Basic Trainer did not make it to Chicago, unfortunately. Let's see. Greaves Collect says, I will say $15.99 is pretty damn cheap for a third-party service. Yeah, I mean, it is cheap, but you know what else is cheap? $13.99 when you have your own membership for very little bit of work. I mean, the amount of times it takes you to sit in front of your computer and create a submission, pack it up, and bring it to the post office, because you're probably already going to the post office because you've already are packing out orders. It probably doesn't add like a trip, so to go to the GameStop, to bring your cards, to watch them, scan them in, enter them in, give them little barcodes, that's a lot of time. Whatever time it takes you to create a submission, you're adding multiple amounts of time when time is already super precious in this hobby. So, but yeah, don't get me wrong. For the average person, it is going to be a good service. And if you never graded cards with like PSA. Like maybe this is some people's entry point. There you go. Brother Brock, buddy, good to see you. Appreciate you hopping in. Casper said, "Is that card worth it for $60?" I paid more than $60 for it. So, for perspective, I paid over 60. Um, yeah. Let's see. The PokeKid said, "PK, give it time. GameStop will turn into an LGS once they set up tables and start having league tournaments." Yeah, that's another thing I didn't mention. GameStop is starting to do league tournaments, which is a good thing. I mean, I came from the days of the original Pokemon League. Shout out, I still have my Pokemon stamp book there, or with my, like my original badge book, I should say. Uh, and that was at Toys R Us. And then some people went to Pokemon Leagues at like KB Toys and stuff. So it was always big box retailers were the original ones that ran these, you know, Pokemon TCG leagues. So maybe GameStop is a good fit in that sense. And because there's so many GameStops throughout the country, like there's not as many LGSs probably as there are GameStops, or maybe there are. Don't actually know that. Don't want to throw out that random fact, but either way, there's a lot of GameStops in a lot of places, and it's probably easier for the parent to maybe bring their kids to a GameStop. So if this is an entry point for younger kids to start growing that, you know, connection to Pokemon by playing in the league the same way as I played in the league in 1999, you'll have a new generation of kids playing with the most current Scarlet and Violet meta deck, then yeah, do it. I think that is a huge positive. So, um, Gengar, I appreciate you. Pokebondo said the GameStop buy two get one free for a sealed case of booster bundles was clutch. Okay, I missed that one, Pokebondo. I didn't even know that was a thing. But yeah, if you picked up buy two get one free booster bundle, or for sorry, buy two get one free for sealed cases, that is solid. I mean, yeah, really. I mean, yeah, there's no Pokebondo good for that. Pokebondo said PK helped him pull the first God pack. Shout out mystery bag. So Pokebondo bought one of my PK mystery bags in Jersey Collecticon. Well, I personally now opened one God pack. It was a Charizard God pack on a stream. The one that Pokebondo opened from my mystery pack was a God pack, but it was a Venusaur God pack. So yeah, it's still very cool. Um, Kevin Clear says, talking about 151, he says, "I still think it's a new Hidden Fates. Will sit sideways forever when it hits a certain number." Maybe, Kevin. But what is that number? I mean, the demand is there. The demand isn't there for Hidden Fates. Like, I don't know. This is a hit. There you go. That is your Hidden Fates hit. You have I don't know. It's just not there. Yeah, you have some cool baby shinies. In fact, these are all Hidden Fates cards. Because these are just next to me because I'm about to run them on the stream. But looking at 151 now, looking at, you know, Hidden Fates, obviously you have the Giovanni cards, you have the other two stained glass, or the, so really there's three of these cards. So you have the rainbow rare, then you have the full art colored one, then you have like the half art one, and then you have the fourth one. So I guess it's technically the stained glass bird trio promo that came in the ETB. So technically there's four of those cards. But would you rather have the legendary, and then obviously the Charizard from Hidden Fates 2, which is obviously the big hit from 151, but you have a Charizard, or sorry, the Hidden Fates Charizard is the big hit, but you obviously still have a Charizard in 151. You still have the other big three. I just think 151 is a more solid set. Um, let's see. We got Nature's uh, says, "You mean the only set without chandelier hats is the most popular? Who could have seen that coming?" Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't love the shiny chandelier hats, the crystal cards or crystal hats, but you know what? A lot of people are banking on Surgeon Sparks. So Surgeon Sparks will be the first set that I'll like mass open at release. So I'm excited for that. But it seems like people are excited about those terrestrialized cards or whatever I call them, crystal cards, the terrestrialized cards, and you know, for Surgeon Sparks, which a lot of people are really banking on, that Pikachu is. So that's a big chase. I'll be interested to see how Surgeon Sparks does. Then I'll be interested to see how this, you know, like specialty evolution set does, because now you have all the evolutions with those terrestrialized hats on, and then that Team Rocket set. Man, they got some big heavy hitters coming out with Surgeon Sparks, and then that Eevee specialty set and Team Rocket. We got, I mean, the end of Scarlet and Violet is really, really ramping up to be something special, which for everybody out there is like, everybody always waits for the end of, everyone keeps saying, oh, the end of Sun and Moon with Team Up, Unbroken Bonds, Unified Mind, Cosmic Eclipse. Yeah, they just think that that was good, and then, oh, okay, well, the end of, you know, Sword and Shield was good too, with, you know, like Evolving Skies and Fusion Strike and Brilliant Stars and Astral Radiance and Lost Origin and Silver Tempest. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess those later half was better, but it's going to be different in Scarlet and Violet. It's going to be different. All these people waiting for the end of Scarlet and Violet, blah, blah. They don't, these guys don't know what they're doing. We don't know if the sets are going to be, oh, it looks like it's stacking up. So everyone that said that, everyone who like said, oh, the end of sets are always better, if they're not willing to admit that they were wrong, that the end of Scarlet and Violet does look like it was going to be as good as everyone was speculating on at the beginning, if those people are not willing to admit that they were wrong and that that take ended up being incorrect, be very, very mindful of those people, because that just means they just don't care. And that's the unfortunate reality, is everyone that said probably the end of Scarlet and Violet will be really well or really good, so far it seems like they're going to be correct. Now, we haven't seen what's in that evolution set, but I'm going to speculate it's going to be evolutions. I'm going to speculate people are going to want it. We haven't seen what's in the Team Rocket set, but I'm going to speculate it's going to be good cards. I'm going to speculate that people are going to want it. So anybody that said that that was a stupid take, if you are not willing to admit you were wrong, then you will never admit you were wrong about everything. And for that reason, I salute you if you're not willing to admit that. Head Pokemon said, yeah, the fact that I got a 151 booster bundle display for 190 was crazy. I ordered 30, but they canceled my other two orders of 10. Of course, not mad though. Yeah, I mean, it happens. Pokebondo said, I've been buying 151 products constantly since release. It was easy to be a beloved set for years to come, in his opinion. Hopefully we get the 251 someday. Yeah, it would be cool if we could have, like, obviously we had the 151, but I would like to see like a Gen 2 set, Gen 3 set. It starts to get a little dark after Gen 3 for what I think the demand would be. Now, would it still be cool to have some cool Pokemon and like designated sets for certain generations? But Kanto, Johto, Hoenn region, I think, Sinnoh, Unova, Kalos, Alola. And then obviously we've already had like a Alolan set with all of it, but I don't know. It's really got to be Kanto, the Johto, and the Hoenn region. I think that those three have to be like the only ones you could even attempt. And maybe like Johto and Hoenn, you would combine them as two sets. So you obviously 151 is strong enough that it could be a standalone set. And maybe then for the Gen 2, Gen 3, you'd have to kind of combine them together. Maybe. I don't know. Gives you something to think about. Let's see. Oop, jump to the bottom. Um, I just missed, somebody said something about the, let's see. Did him fates go up? Pokemon. Hold on. Um, let's see. Yeah, I got, okay. I jumped to the bottom, so I'm trying to get back because I did read something that somebody talked about the Bulbasaur from Best Buy, but I can't. Where was it? Anyways, Pokemon, I've been consistently blasted. The Rattle Discord link doesn't work for me. It says it expired or invalid. T-Shev44, thank you for letting me know. As soon as this video is over, I will update that uh, Rattle Discord link. Thank you for letting me know. Because, yeah, I just copied it from an old live that already had it in, so yeah, it was expired. Squirtle had the Pokemon Center stamp, not Bulbasaur. I didn't say Bulbasaur, did I? Definitely the Squirtle reverse holo stamp. Let's see. Yeah, I said, was I? I didn't say Bulbasaur. Yeah, it was always a Squirtle 151 reverse hollow promo. I have some over here. Um, let's see. Chris Texas said that Rain City promo is the only thing that Clippers fans are getting. Ooh, shots fired. Um, Nature's Espeon said if the Rain City Pikachu was 151 Pikachu, that shit would be 1K right now. Anyone see what the PSA 10 Professor Voltorb sold for? Sheesh. No, what did it sell for? Let me know. The Lunatic said nothing is this limited. So many English cards are far more rare. Yeah. Oh, well. I'm not talking about like we're talking about modern cards, rarity, limited releases. I don't know. We'll see. The thing is, this is one of those cards that a lot of people just don't know about. So I think like that alone could hinder it. But Pokemon, we wanted them to not just release too much information and just let scalpers come in and take over everything, like we saw happen with the Van Go Pikachu's and stuff. And Pikachu, wow. Pokemon Company International did a great job of not letting anyone know this promo was going to be released. And maybe they did so good of a job that no one will ever know it even existed. And because no one knows it ever existed, nobody will ever care about it. There's always that chance, too. Caster said, question, I have a 151 master set that I want to sell either as a whole or single it out. When do you feel is the best time to maximize gains? Ooh, Casper, I mean, it's good right now. We just seen a huge run up on 151 cards. Usually when you see a huge, like the Charizard EX is a great example. We just saw a huge run up on that Charizard, and usually you will see a correction. So I think that Charizard is probably due for a correction, but now this is the thing. That Charizard, it will not correct back to where it was. So you're going to see the chart for that Charizard like this, right? I'm going to show you. This is a good example of what that Charizard chart will look like in the future. So here's that Charizard. It goes, and then we see that big peak, right? This is where we are right now. We are living, so this is 300. We're living right here. So we're at 300, or we were at 300. And this is in the PSA 10. We're living right there right now. You're going to see a correction, but now look at where the correction is. When you draw a straight line across, this card will drop, but it will correct above its low. And then it will trend sideways, and then it will start to go up gradually, and then you'll see a big tick up. This is what happens with all modern cards. So you probably will see a mini correction, but the correction won't be a crash. Now, people will, it's just like how when that card's crazy going up, everybody's FOMOing and they want to buy it. Oh my god, the Charizard, it's going crazy. And then the second it peaks and then it starts going down because everyone's like, well, I like this card at 300, but now I want to sell it because it's 700. And then the more supply will hit the demand, it will drive down price. And then everyone will panic sell because that's what happens every time. And then eventually the market will settle at a new higher price than the previous low. And it will go, and then eventually it will go back up again. Just seems to always happen. Uh, let's see. Uh, let's see. Justin said 151 is definitely being pumped and dumped. They did the same thing with Evolving Skies. TCG player buyouts and boosting the price. Listen, if whoever was able to pump and dump Evolving Skies and they've been managing to get that booster box above $700 and now that booster let's before I even say that, let's check what am I looking for? TCG play. Let's see what is so yeah. Booster boxes of Evolving Skies market price right now $754. If somebody pumped and dumped Evolving Skies and they got that to be $753 a booster box. Evolving Skies got released in August of 2021. Time of recording this video is October 2024. Let me shake that man's hand or woman's hand. Let me shake that person's hand, because, Justin, if they pumped and dumped Evolving Skies and was able to get that booster box up to where it's at right now, $750, I want to shake that person's hand, because that person is a master market manipulator on the highest possible level to keep that. Trust me, Evolving Skies is one of the most liquid boxes. So if it's being pumped and dumped, and they did the same, and you said they did the same thing with Evolving Skies, I do not know what you're talking about. So, but if they're doing that, I just want to meet that person. They have way more money than I do, and I need to shake their hand, because it's impressive if you think that. Let's see. Justin says, I'm not talking about the box. I'm talking about in June when all Sword and Shield pumped and now they all dropped. Give me a set. Like what? Like what set? Like Lost Origin? Booster box. Let's check Lost Origin. So I'm gonna show you. Oh, this is Lost Origin booster boxes. So you said, trying to see what he's describing. Let me go back to this. So you said, I'm talking about how the box in June. So yeah, there was a huge price. And do you remember? Look. And then you had the new low. And now look at where it is right now. You have this huge, what's that? What else? Brilliant Stars. Brilliant Stars booster box right here. Yeah, so you had this big, and then the drop, but now look, it's going back up. I said all of them though. What other sets are you? You said all Sword and Shield sets. Astral Radiance. Booster box. Astral Radiance booster boxes. Yeah, so look, you have this, and then you had the huge pump, but I guess this is where the dump is, but look at where it recovered back to. You already got this huge recovery. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, the cards, not the boxes. Boxes will always rise. I mean the alt arts. Charizard V. Charizard V, brilliant. Charizard V, brilliant stars. Full art. Okay, I see what you're talking about now. But let's expand this to the year. So, but now this is, I think this is a correction. So I don't think this is a pump and dump. Do you remember what I just showed you on this chart? This looks like what I'm describing. We are right here in that chart. I bet you where we are right here with this line, I bet you that this line never gets back here. So where we were in April at 103, I don't think we see lows again. I don't think so. I mean, we could be wrong. We could go back to this. Let's look at the Garantina. Let's do the 1 year chart. Yeah, see? Look at what's happening right here. This is going back to the chart I literally wrote. So you have this low. You have this major market high right here. And now you're seeing this correction. But if you were to draw, and you see how it's already trending up, right here, it's already trending up. If you drew a straight line right across this, it will still be lower than the low. Just like this chart that I wrote for you. Here's your low right here. So your low is the 281. We are at 326. So yeah, it went from here, it went up, and then we have our drop. But look, that line is still going to be, and that's usually how I see it play out. So I don't think that is pump and dump. I think that is just, in my personal opinion, I think that's market correction. But let's circle back to this in another 3 months, and we'll look. And you might be right on this one, Justin. But right now, it does look like a market correction, not a pump and dump. Cool. Anyways, guys, that was my rant for the day. As always, I try to make my way to the bottom of the chat. I did make it to the bottom of the chat. I did my rant. I hope you guys are having fun. If you have any more questions, drop them in the chat right now. If not, I'm going to sign off. As always, guys, appreciate every single one of you guys, all you guys that have been tuning in for the Fanatics Live. That's been great. Please sign up through the referral link. I will update the Rattle Discord link if you are not in the Rattle Discord. Definitely recommend you guys checking that out. But yeah, guys, as always, appreciate every single one of you out there. And as always, I'll catch you on the next video. Number one mod in the game. Good advice. Like, subscribe. Appreciate you, Joe.